The Central Vaccination Center at Bangkok Grand Station has warned the general public not to be fooled into paying for COVID-19 vaccination registration after a successful crackdown on offenders. Center Chief Ling Kwan said the center started to detect abnormalities in the number of advanced booking cases on July 18th, and the number significantly surged during July 28th to the 31st. This was when large numbers of advanced booking were made and data was uploaded outside working hours at after 10 p.m. Dr. Ming Kwan explains that on July 28th, the first day that hundreds of illegitimately registered recipients came to the center for inoculation, the center's team canceled all of these suspicious bookings in order to prompt this group of visitors to show up and complain. Over 300 of them were identified. According to their statements, either they, a relative, or employer paid for the booking at a price of 400 to 1,200 baht per queue. The center then collected the names of the offenders and their bank accounts for further investigation. The Central Investigation Bureau held an initial investigation involving 19 suspects. Deeper investigations are being pursued. To prevent a recurrence, Dr. Ming Kwan said the Central Vaccination Center has canceled all suspicious advanced bookings up until August 8th, deactivated all user logins of outsiders, and closed the system during nighttime.
The Department of Disease Control, NDC, says that continued use of elevated prevention measures against COVID-19 is expected to bring down daily infection numbers, but the most important factor remains public cooperation. In a press announcement by the Ministry of Public Health, the DC Director General Opad Gadgawinpong made notes of statistical assessments of actual patient and fatality numbers following the elevation of preventative measures. He said an extension of the regulations would bring down daily infection rates as long as they were maintained in tandem with proactive searches for infections and vaccination of risk groups, such as senior citizens, the chronically ill, and pregnant women. Dr. Opad added that with strong cooperation from the public, the daily contraction rate cut up by 20% in 1 month's time. The peak of infections is expected to occur in October, but should be lessened by up to 25% if current measures are maintained and good public cooperation is provided. Permanent Secretary for Public Health, reported that with 100,000 hospital beds originally available nationwide, another 175,000 have now been set up for COVID-19 patients in particular. In Bangkok, 90% of the provided beds have already been taken, while 80% of beds in the provinces are occupied.
The governor of Kanchanaburi has ordered the closure of all 5 border districts indefinitely in response to a severe COVID-19 outbreak in Myanmar for fear of illegal border crossings from Myanmar into Thailand. Kanchanaburi Provincial Governor Thirakiat Phumsawat has ordered the Kanchanaburi Communicable Disease Committee to clear off 5 areas in the province. They consist of 1 sub-district each in Kanchanaburi's capital district and Dan Khamtia district, and the entire districts of Sangkhaburi, Thongphapum, and Sayok. According to the governor, the severe COVID-19 outbreak in Myanmar has led to a high number of COVID-19 cases and deaths. It is estimated that half of the population is infected and thousands of people are dying of COVID-19 daily in the country. As Kanchanaburi has 5 districts sharing their borders with Myanmar, an order has been issued to seal off the aforementioned areas. The relevant district offices have been instructed to cooperate with local military and police units in ensuring that consumer goods, medical supplies, and domestic parcels are unloaded at the entry-exit control points to each of the sealed areas. There is also a temporary suspension of bus services that enter and exit the areas.
With the continuous influx of COVID-19 patients, the Ministry of Public Health is working to have more healthcare personnel shift to using powered air purifying respirator or PAPR suits instead of the regular PPE suits for better work performance and comfort. Assistant Professor ปราการ ถมยางกูล Senior Advisor to the Department of Medical Services, said the PAPR suits will be for frontline medical personnel. When worn, a positive pressure system is created inside the suit. Incoming air passes through a HEPA filter which filters out viruses. Dr. Prakan referred to previous news of healthcare staff fainting on the job due to a lack of oxygen and said the PAPR suits are able to bring in clean air at a rate of several hundreds of liters per minute, and the battery allows the suits to work between 4 to 6 hours. He added that personnel donning the suits will be able to treat more patients, as previously some would be on the verge of fainting after 2 hours inside a regular PPE. Despite the government having procured a useful amount, the public is welcome to contribute either through purchasing the equipment directly and contacting the Ministry of Public Health to make the donation, or by contributing to funding pools which have been set up by several organizations. And those were our national stories. Up next in Global News. Thousands of people protested over the weekend in France against a house pass for entry to a wide array of public venues. Our firefighters in Turkey are battling to control wildfires still raging in the 2 resort towns in the country, and while some tourists were evacuated.
In this war against the COVID-19 pandemic, we all need to pull together to relentlessly fight off this crisis. With PTT's Giving Birth Project, PTT Group will join the fight by providing breathing devices, medical instruments, and any other forms of support needed to bring this crisis to an end. PTT Group. Together, we breathe.
Advancements in solar power generation have made it one of the most interesting forms of renewable energy. Solar cells convert sunlight into electrical energy and can be installed directly to a building, creating a solar rooftop. Once sunlight hits a solar cell, its energy is channeled to an inverter, which transforms the direct current into an alternating current for use in the household. On top of being a clean alternative to fossil fuel, solar cells can even cool the home on which they are installed, further reducing energy requirements. While solar power is still overcoming low production intensity and obstacles, such as weather conditions and storage, it is still an inexhaustible, clean, scalable source of electricity that does not require a distribution system. With many advantages, we can expect to see solar cells becoming a much more common sight in Thailand in the years to come. Brought to you by Prism PTT Group Synergy Platform. PTT. Sustainable growth for all.
Radio Thailand's news broadcast from the Public Relations Department of the Royal Thai Government on FM 95.5 and FM 107. For advertising inquiries, please email us at radiothailand@outlook.com. Global News.
You are listening to Radio Thailand's News Hour. We broadcast live from FM 88, FM 95.5, FM 107, and online at nbt.prd.co.th. Turning to our global headlines.